6 Japanese exercises to never lose leg strength after 60. In Japan, besides being the country with the highest number of people over 100 years old in the world, adults and elderly people manage the incredible feat of keeping their legs strong even after 80. While in Western countries, the World Health Organization already reports that most people lose leg strength after 50. This muscle loss brings devastating consequences. Difficulty getting up from chairs, climbing stairs, walking distances that were once simple, in addition to drastically increasing the risk of falls, which represent the main cause of loss of independence in old age. And as I often say, if they can do it, it is because there is a method and you can replicate it. But before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city from which you are watching our content. The next exercise is one of the most popular in all of Japanese culture, and it requires no equipment. You will now discover why the Japanese simply do not use sofas the same way we do. Exercise 1. Why the Japanese do not rest on sofas. The resting squat is simply one of the most popular exercises in all of Japanese culture. The Japanese do not rest in chairs and sofas like us Westerners, as they recognize that this is unnatural for the human body and damages posture over time. They use the deep squat as a daily resting position. What is fascinating about this practice is that this simple change of habit simultaneously works several essential muscle groups: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core, all while the person is simply resting. In a study conducted at the University of Tokyo, people over 70 who maintained the habit of the resting squat showed leg strength comparable to people in their 50s. How to perform the resting squat without mistakes. To perform it correctly, position your feet shoulder-width apart and slowly descend until your glutes almost touch the ground, keeping your heels completely flat on the floor. The spine should remain in a neutral position, neither excessively curved nor completely straight. The secret lies in proper progression. For beginners, especially those over 60, start by holding onto a stable piece of furniture for support for just 20 seconds. Gradually increase that time until you can hold the position for 2 to 3 minutes without support. You will know you are doing it right when you feel your leg muscles working, but without joint pain. This exercise goes beyond muscular strength. It promotes better blood circulation in the legs, aids the digestive process, and develops mental self-control to tolerate the initial discomfort of the position. A common mistake is raising the heels to try to make the position easier. This cancels out a large part of the benefits and transfers undue tension to the knees. Another frequent mistake is excessively rounding the back, which can cause lumbar discomfort. Keep the core slightly activated to protect the spine. For adults over 60, I recommend practicing this exercise 3 to 5 times a day, gradually increasing the time according to your capacity. In just a few weeks, you will notice greater ease in getting up from chairs and greater endurance in your legs during daily activities. The next exercise seems too simple to work, but the numbers from a 10-year study with elderly Japanese people will surprise you. Exercise 2. The daily exercise that reduced hip fractures by 60%. Single leg balance is one of the pillars of Japanese longevity when it comes to mobility and independence in old age. Standing on just one leg intensely works the stabilizing muscles of the ankle, knee, hip, and core, exactly the muscles needed to prevent falls. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to strengthen muscles that we do not normally work in conventional exercises. The Japanese incorporate this practice into everyday moments, such as while brushing their teeth or waiting for the elevator. A surprising fact, a longitudinal study conducted with elderly Japanese people over 10 years revealed that those who practiced single-leg balance daily reduced their risk of hip fractures by 60% and the incidence of falls by 40%. Even more impressive, 80% reported a significant increase in confidence when performing daily activities. How to practice single-leg balance without making the most common mistakes. To perform it correctly, start standing near a wall or piece of furniture that you can use as support if needed. Transfer your body weight to one leg and slightly lift the other leg off the ground. It is not necessary to raise the leg very high. It just needs to not be supported. muscle recruitment happens mainly in the stabilizers, small but crucial muscles that are frequently neglected in conventional training. These muscles are the first to atrophy with age, if not regularly stimulated. For beginners over 60, start by holding the position for 10 to 15 seconds with support and perform 3 repetitions alternating legs. Progressively increase to up to 60 seconds without support. What many people do not know is that this exercise also trains your reflexes and creates new neural pathways that help your body react more quickly when you stumble. A mistake I see many people make is raising the leg too high, which shifts the hip and unnecessarily increases the difficulty. Another common mistake is tensing the shoulders during the exercise. Keep them relaxed to focus the work on the legs. Remember that keeping your gaze fixed on a point in front of you and your core slightly contracted will make it easier to maintain balance. Practicing daily for just 5 minutes already brings significant benefits to leg strength and stability. Have you ever heard of Kibadat? This ancient martial arts exercise was adapted for adults over 50, and the scientific results are hard to ignore. Exercise 3. The ancient martial arts posture that strengthens without harming the joints. The horse stance, known as Kibadat in Japanese culture, is a fundamental part of martial arts training and has been adapted as a strengthening exercise for people of all ages. The horse stance is particularly effective for adults over 50 due to its isometric nature, which strengthens without joint impact. The position intensely works the muscles of the thighs, hips, and core, creating a solid base that supports the entire body structure. The Japanese value this posture because it symbolizes stability and rooted strength, concepts deeply valued in their culture. For people over 50, the benefits are multiple: strengthening of the adductor muscles, quadriceps, glutes, and core stabilizers. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science showed that elderly regular practitioners of this posture experienced a 24% increase in leg strength after just 12 weeks. The step-by-step of the horse stance and the mistakes you should avoid. To correctly perform the horse stance, position yourself with your feet wide apart, approximately 1.5 times shoulder width. Slightly bend your knees, lowering your body as if sitting in an invisible chair. Your feet should be parallel or slightly turned outward. The spine remains straight and the abdomen slightly contracted. The secret lies in the equal distribution of weight between both legs and the continuous activation of the musculature. You should feel the muscles of your thighs working continuously to maintain the position. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting by holding the position for 10 to 15 seconds, performing 3 daily sets. A common mistake is projecting the knees beyond the line of the toes, which places excessive pressure on the joints. Another frequent mistake is keeping the hips too high, reducing the effectiveness of the exercise. The correct position should create a mild burning sensation in the thighs, but without joint pain. As you develop strength, gradually increase the time spent in the posture until you reach 60 to 90 continuous seconds. To increase the challenge, you can add small movements, such as slowly raising the heels or performing small pulses up and down. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute knee problems. However, for most adults over 50, it represents a safe and effective way to strengthen the legs without the impact of exercises like running or jumping. The next secret is a meditative walking technique practiced in Japanese Zen gardens, and studies show it reduced falls by 40% in just 3 months. But how can slow walking do that? Exercise 4. What is Sampa and why it strengthens body and mind at the same time? The slow and meditative walking technique known as Sampa is one of the least known secrets of Japanese longevity. It focuses on total awareness of each step, concentrating on the sequence of heel, middle of the foot, and toes. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its dual nature, simultaneously providing physical and mental strengthening. The Japanese frequently practice Sampa in Zen gardens or parks as a form of active meditation. Studies conducted with Japanese adults over 65 showed impressive results. A 50% improvement in blood circulation in the extremities, a 40% reduction in falls, and a 50% increase in dynamic balance after just 3 months of regular practice. How to perform Sampa correctly, and the mistakes that eliminate its benefits. To perform it correctly, find a space where you can walk slowly without obstacles. Initially, I recommend a hallway at home. Begin walking at an extremely reduced speed, approximately 4 to 5 times slower than your normal walk. The focus should be on the sensation of each part of the foot touching the ground. First the heel, then the middle of the foot, and finally the toes. The beauty of this exercise lies in the body awareness it develops. Practicing 3 minutes daily, breathing deeply every 3 steps, is enough to start developing both strength and proprioception in the legs. A common mistake is walking on autopilot without paying real attention to each phase of the step. Another frequent mistake is performing the exercise too quickly. Remember that the goal is not the distance covered, but rather the quality and awareness of each step. The focus is on developing strength, stability, and coordination. For adults over 60, especially those with balance problems, I recommend starting by practicing near a wall or handrail for safety. As confidence increases, practice in open spaces and on different types of surfaces to increase the challenge. Few people know this, but the calf is called the second heart of the human body. And the next exercise is exactly what the Japanese use to keep it strong after 60. Exercise 5. The calf is the second heart of the body, and the Japanese know this. The heel raise is a simple but incredibly effective exercise that directly works the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius, and the soleus. What many people do not know is that the calf is considered the second heart of the body, as its contractions help pump blood back to the heart against the force of gravity. In Japanese culture, calf strengthening is prioritized especially after 60, as these muscles are crucial for stability when walking, climbing stairs, and for preventing falls. The Japanese frequently incorporate heel raises into everyday moments, such as while waiting in lines or brushing their teeth. To perform it correctly, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly rise onto your tiptoes, keeping your body in a straight line, and then slowly return to the starting position. The movement should be controlled and conscious, rising as high as possible to work the muscles through their full range of motion. How to progress with heel raises and maximize each repetition. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting with 2 sets of 15 repetitions, using a wall or stable piece of furniture for support. As you develop strength, progress to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Muscle recruitment is maximized when you rise as high as possible and hold the position at the top for 1 to 2 seconds. A common mistake is swaying the body back and forth, using momentum instead of muscle strength to rise. Another frequent mistake is performing the movement quickly, which diminishes the effectiveness of the exercise. Remember that each repetition should be controlled both on the way up and on the way down. To increase the challenge, there are 2 main progressions. Performing the exercise on a step, allowing the heels to drop below the level of the toes for a greater range of motion, or performing the raise on one leg, which practically doubles the resistance for each calf. In addition to muscular strengthening, this exercise significantly improves circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of varicose veins and ankle swelling, common problems after 60. Regular practitioners report improvement in comfort when standing for extended periods and when walking longer distances. I recommend performing this exercise daily, ideally divided into 2 to 3 short sessions throughout the day. Since the calves are predominantly composed of slow-twitch muscle fibers, they respond better to a higher volume of moderate repetitions than to few repetitions with very heavy load. The 6th and final exercise on the list is one of the safest for those over 60. And a study with Japanese adults showed it improved the ability to climb stairs without pain by 27%. Want to know which one it is? Exercise 6, the isometric exercise that Japanese medicine uses to protect the joints. The wall squat is one of the safest and most effective ways to strengthen the leg muscles after 60, used both in traditional Japanese medicine and in modern fitness practices. The wall squat stands out for intensely working the quadriceps, glutes, and core without joint impact. The beauty of this exercise lies in its simplicity and adaptability for all ages and fitness levels. In Japanese culture, it is frequently incorporated into active meditation sessions, combining physical strengthening with mental training. To perform it correctly, position yourself with your back against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart, approximately 30 centimeters away from the wall. Slide your back down the wall, descending until your knees form an angle of approximately 90 degrees, as if sitting in an invisible chair. Keep your knees aligned with your ankles, never in front of your toes. A study conducted with Japanese adults between 65 and 75 years old demonstrated an average increase of 14% in leg muscle strength after just 8 weeks of regularly practicing wall squats. Even more impressive was the 27% improvement in the ability to climb stairs without fatigue or pain. How to perform the wall squat safely and gradually increase the challenge. The secret lies in isometry, continuous muscle contraction without joint movement. This makes the exercise extremely safe, even for people with mild joint limitations. For beginners over 60, start by holding the position for 15 to 20 seconds, performing 3 daily sets. Progressively increase until you can hold for 60 seconds. A common mistake is holding your breath during the exercise. Maintain normal and continuous breathing, with the abdomen slightly contracted to protect the spine. Another frequent mistake is letting the knees collapse inward. Keep them aligned with your toes to protect the joint. This exercise trains both the body and the mind to face discomfort in a controlled way. The Japanese believe this ability is fundamental to healthy aging, the capacity to remain firm in the face of challenges. You will know you are doing it correctly when you feel the burning sensation in your thigh muscles, but without joint pain in the knees. To gradually increase the challenge, try placing a small ball or cushion between your knees and squeezing gently during the exercise. This adds work for the adductors and increases core activation. There is also a bonus exercise that is not specifically for the legs, but which the Japanese have turned into one of the most practiced movements of the last decade. Benefits for the body as a whole go far beyond what you might imagine. Bonus exercise. What is the dead hang and why the Japanese practice it every morning? The dead hang, or passive suspension, is simply the act of hanging from a horizontal bar with arms extended. Despite its simplicity, the benefits are surprising, especially for adults over 50 who frequently suffer from postural problems and accumulated tension. It has become, in the last decade, one of the most practiced movements by the Japanese due to its extraordinary benefits for the body as a whole. Spinal decompression is the primary benefit. When we hang by the force of gravity, the intervertebral discs have the opportunity to rehydrate and expand, relieving the pressure accumulated from sitting or standing. Regular practitioners report significant reduction in chronic back pain after incorporating this exercise. The increase in grip strength is another crucial benefit. After 60, grip strength naturally decreases, affecting our ability to perform everyday tasks, such as opening jars or holding objects firmly. Studies show a strong correlation between good grip strength and longevity. The dead hang directly works all the forearm muscles responsible for this function. The improvement in shoulder mobility is perhaps the most visible benefit for older adults. The range of motion in the shoulders decreases drastically with age, limiting activities such as combing your hair or reaching objects on high shelves. The dead hang works gently to restore this natural mobility. How to perform the dead hang correctly and progress safely. To perform it correctly, find a stable horizontal bar, such as in a park, gym, or even a door-mounted bar installed at home. Grip the bar with your hands in pronation, shoulder width apart, or slightly wider. Completely relax the shoulder muscles, allowing your body to hang fully suspended. The beauty of this exercise lies in its passive nature. You do not need to do anything other than hang and breathe calmly. For beginners over 60, start with just 5 to 10 seconds, performing 5 sets with adequate rest in between. Progressively increase the time according to your capacity. A common mistake is keeping the shoulders tense or raised during the exercise. The goal is exactly the opposite, allowing the weight of the body to naturally extend the shoulders, arms, and spine. Another frequent mistake is holding your breath. Maintain deep and constant breathing to maximize muscle relaxation. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute shoulder injuries, severe tendinitis, or serious spinal problems. For everyone else, it represents a simple and effective way to promote joint health and relief from daily tension. The Japanese typically practice the dead hang in the morning as a way to reset their posture for the day. I recommend doing it every day, 5 sets for as long as you can hold comfortably. Even starting with just 5 seconds, you will notice surprisingly rapid progress. In addition to the physical benefits, the dead hang also promotes mental resilience, the ability to remain calm and focused during temporary discomfort. This quality, highly valued in Japanese philosophy, translates directly into better handling of the everyday challenges of life. If you enjoyed this and want to discover 6 isometric postures practiced exclusively by the Japanese to strengthen even the deepest fibers of the human body, we have left a video appearing right now on the screen, showing each one of them in greater detail and how to perform them correctly. Make sure to check it out. Thank you for watching until the end, and may God bless you, my friend.